I can't take no more of this. This nightmare has to end. In this God-forsaken place, death would be a welcome friend. I could pay a crooked God to kill me. Yeah, that's it. Better that than 16 years dying slowly, a bit by bit. All I did was rob a few stores. Justice here don't fit the crime. I've been broken by the devil. Justice here's a waste of time. I won't get to heaven. Why not raise a little hell? He'll see me, but it's the last time. That filthy scum has gotta go. By tonight, it will be over when I strike my fatal blow. No way out. I gotta do this, him or me. Okay, let's play. Never killed, but now I have to. Oh, time to make it crowd to pay. Yeah. No way I'll see heaven. Why not raise a little hell? Yeah. No way I'll see heaven. So let's raise a little hell. You know, I've tolerated so much from you throughout my life. I kept coming back for more abuse because all I ever wanted from you was love. I always wanted us to be like some fathers and sons that I've seen throughout my life. Like, I knew this one guy, Eddie. He was so close to his dad. When he spoke about him, it was like he was talking about a hero from a comic book he read. He idolized his father so much that it was almost unmanly, and I actually got to see it. Eddie one day asked me if I could help him and his father do some yard work, and I said sure. It was one of those blistering hot days, and I went anyway because I really wanted to meet his dad. And anyway, throughout the day, I got to see what their relationship was like, and man, it was something. I mean, I personally got to feel what it was like to have a father like Eddie's. I imagined I was part of their family. I imagined I was Eddie's brother, and his father was my dad too. For the whole day, we just worked together in unity and made jokes and shared beers and helped each other with the yard work. For the first time in my life, I was able to feel what it was like to... It was something I never felt before, and there was a realness about it that I kept inside my chest. That day, I got in my car and left, and I cried all the way home like a little boy. Because for the first time, I got to feel what it was like without the beatings, and the silences, and the criticisms, and the judgments. I was embraced and accepted. It was okay to be me, just me. It was okay. I'm walking away from the broken promises, the letdowns, and the bullshit. I'm not making excuses for you anymore. You are who you are, and I am who I am, and nothing is going to change that. It wasn't all bad. It just could have been so much better. Thank you. Welcome to my recital. I'm so excited to be here today, performing for the first time in a year and a half. Woo! But none of the rest of the recital is going to be nothing like that. So don't worry. It's going to be very happy and exciting and fun. So don't worry. So next we're going to do a little bit of a flirty song called Alona from the musical She Loves Me. Yeah. Come with me, Ilona. I've missed you so much. How I envy you each evening when work is through, for I have only me to be with while you have you. Without you, Ilona, how cold my lonely life has grown. Are you happy alone, Ilona? Ilona, my own. Come with me, Ilona. Come with me, Sherry. Mistletoe, I long for someone. Please tell me who. Like some divining rod, it points straight to you. Remember, Ilona, those sunny nights we knew before. Are you happy alone, Ilona? Ilona, my own. So in middle school, I was in love with this girl. My friends and I called her the girl with the magnetic house. She was this high school chick. We didn't know her name. But her house had aluminum siding or whatever it was, some metal that you could stick magnets to. And and we had a theory that everything in the world was slowly being pulled into that one house. So one day, me and this other guy who used to give me shit about my dick size, not that he's seen it, this is just how he talked to people. I think he turned out to be gay, but anyway, one day we were just walking by her house and he told me to knock on her door and ask her out. Called me baby balls. Drove me freaking crazy. Baby balls. I can still hear it in his freaking voice. So I said, fuck it. I walked up her steps and knocked on her door. And now I was wearing high tops that day, I remember, and I'd been getting compliments on them all day. So my confidence was at like an all-time high. Like this was meant to be. And so I walk up, I knock on her door and she answers. And she's so pretty. Oh my God. But like not in like a pervy way, but in like a beautiful kind of awkward way. And she has blonde hair and green eyes. And I say, hey, what's your name? And she says, Carrie. And I said, hey, my name's Perry. I guess our names rhyme. And she says so. And I said, hey, we should go out sometime. And she smiles. Oh my God, she was so pretty. Oh my gosh, she was so pretty. But then she sees my high tops, and she sees my high tops, and oh my God, I'll never freaking forget this. She says, "Nice shoes. You should wear those tonight when you take me out for ice cream." Oh my God, it was the best moment of my life before or since, I shit you not. So we arrange a time, and I'm feeling rad as fuck. And so when we say bye, I go to jump the rail to her steps. and my fucking shoelace gets snagged on the bottom, and I just rack the rail, ball on either side, dick right on top, everything crushed under my ass, and I barfed immediately, and so I'm just hanging there with my fucking shoelace draped over the side, gasping for air, crying and choking, and I try to shake my shoe free, but I can't. So I'm just freaking the fuck out, and Carrie says, "Oh my God, are you all right?" And she starts to work on my shoelace, and as soon as she gets me free, I accidentally kick her in the face, and I fall right on my head. Yeah, I just heard the door slam, and we had to cancel because I had to go to the hospital. So instead of having this great memory of going to ice cream with the girl with the magnetic house, I instead know all about scrotal torsion. Yeah, my friend thought it was the funniest shit he'd ever seen. And that's the worst my balls have ever felt. There was something in a desert. There was some place wild and green, and a child in a village I passed through. There are places that I've traveled, and so many things I've seen. Well, it all fades away, but you. I was sliding down a mountain. I was burning in the sun. I was crying with amazement at the view. I was capturing a moment when all is said and done. Well, it all fades away, but you. It all fades away, it all fades away, it all fades away, but you. I have sailed across the oceans, past the cities and the farms, on a never-ending quest for something new. And the only thing that mattered were those 4 days in your arms, and it all fades away, but you. It all fades away, it all fades away, it all fades away, but you. There is one thing that's eternal, that cannot be torn apart. There is one thing that remains forever true. Past the thinking, past the breathing, past the beating of my heart, it will all fade away, but you. It all fades away, it all fades away, it all fades away, but you. It all fades away, it all fades away, it all fades away. way. But you, but you, but you, but you, you. Do a little transition here. Okay. Perfect. I'm not the kind of guy who spends hundreds on a last-minute flight back to New York, tears across town, runs up 6 flights of stairs to knock on my best friend's girlfriend's door in order to run off and elope with her based on one crazy, thoughtless, inexplicably romantic night. So what am I doing here? Audrey, I'm not passionate. I'm a fact checker, for Christ's sakes, and the fact of me being here just doesn't check out. I mean, it's nuts. Soulmates? Yeah, I'll never believe in them, never have, never will. So, how can I be yours? I mean, the fact is you hardly know me and I hardly know you. Now, your boyfriend, I've known since kindergarten. Am I really willing to throw away all those years of friendship based on what? Some feeling? Some aching, gnawing, burning, torturing feeling that is telling me I must be with you or I'll die in slow and horrible death as my heart breaks into 1,000 pieces? No. I mean, that's the things that happens in the movies, right? And we're not in the movies. We're on McDougal Street, 2 blocks south of Bleecker. That's where we are. That is an indisputable geographical fact, a solid, clear, black and white rational fact, and all the facts are pointing to one thing. We can't do this. All the facts say I shouldn't be here because the fact is you're in a relationship, because the fact is I just met you yesterday, because the fact is I'm not the kind of guy who falls in love. That's a fact. A cold, hard fact, and facts are supposed to be true. But the problem is, despite every fact that I can muster, there's still something that doesn't check out. Despite all facts to the contrary, I love you madly. And it defies all reason, all sense, but I do. I love you madly, and it's not like me, and I don't wanna, but I do. I'm yours, Audrey. Completely, totally, utterly, and hopelessly yours. The most beautiful sound I ever heard. Maria, 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 Maria. All the beautiful sounds of the world in a single word. Maria, 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 Maria. Maria, Maria, Maria. I've just met a girl named Maria, and suddenly that name will never be the same to me. Maria, I've just kissed a girl named Maria, and suddenly I found how wonderful a sound can be. Maria, say it loud and there's music playing. Say it soft and it's almost like praying. Maria, I'll never stop saying Maria, 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 Maria. Say it loud and there's music playing. Say it soft and it's almost like praying. Maria, I'll never stop saying Maria. The most beautiful sound I ever heard. Maria. He stopped believing. That's it. That's why he failed. He quit. So much talent, so much potential, but he stopped believing in himself. He lost his way because he couldn't figure out what to do next with his career, and I think all the stress added up, and it finally broke him. Man, his music was great. I mean, I listened to it all the time. It would get me into this pumped emotional state, and his lyrics never got old, and no one gave him a chance. But I think in today's world, that doesn't matter, because he didn't give himself the chance to take control of his career in the way I know he could have. Maybe it was fear from doubting himself that crippled his ambition, but he did it for so long with no financial gain, no recognition for his genius, but he couldn't do it anymore. He gave up, and that's why he hung himself in the studio. He couldn't do it anymore. It pains me because I believed in him more than he believed in himself. You forgot the number one lesson, is to do what you love for the sake of the journey. Nothing is more rewarding than that. He lost sight of that. He forgot what it's all about. It's not about money or fame or compliments. It's about expressing yourself creatively because that's what your soul needs to do, and enjoying that process. He lost track of that enjoyment and instead found himself caught up in what most people get stuck on. I wish I knew somehow how deep he'd fell in his belief, because I will miss him very much. He was a dear friend and a talented artist, and the world is robbed of his contribution to humanity. It hurts, it's sad, and it didn't have to happen this way. Whenever skies look gray to me and trouble begins to brew, whenever the winter winds become too strong, I concentrate on you. When fortune cries nay, nay to me, and people declare you're through, whenever the blues becomes my only song, I concentrate on you. On your smile so sweet, so tender, when at first my kiss you decline. On the light in your eyes when you surrender, and once again our arms intertwine. And so when wise men say to me that love's young dream never comes true, to prove that even wise men can be wrong, I concentrate on you. On your smile so sweet, so tender, when at first my kiss you decline. On the light in your eyes when you surrender, And once again our arms intertwine. And so when wise men say to me that love's young dream never comes true, to prove that even wise men can be wrong, I concentrate on you. I concentrate and concentrate on you. No, I'm not here to propose marriage to you again. You said no, and I can respect that decision. And I'm so fine with us seeing other people, like you suggested. I'm not here to, like, win you back or anything. It's totally cool. But I've been thinking a lot about what you said that night, that I need to grow up, that you want a man, and I'm not a man. And I've been thinking a lot about what you said, and I think I figured out how to fix that issue. My bar mitzvah. My transformation from boy to man at the age of 13. I don't think I got it right. I remember stuttering when I read the Shema, and my chanting, especially during the Haftorah, as I recall my bubby telling me, was a little off key. So maybe due to that, I didn't enter manhood properly, or maybe I missed the entrance altogether, or God locked the entrance because he couldn't understand my Torah portion through my heavy lisp. Well, since then, I've really grown up a lot. I mean, I don't stutter. I don't lisp. Granted, I still sing off key, but then it hit me. Okay, this is genius. Like, brace yourself. Like, hold on to the door frame or something. What if I got bar mitzvahed again? What if I got re-bar mitzvahed? I could nail it this time. I could knock that bar mitzvah out of the synagogue. So I've been studying Hebrew. I went to a rabbi the last 6 weeks. I've been training intensely. Not just like reading the Torah, but like wax on, wax off stuff. Like going to Saturday services. I made gefilte fish from scratch. I learned to drive a hard bargain at the grocery store. I even went to the local Hebrew school and stood up to the current bully there. Granted, he was like 4'11", but my heart was still pounding. And so after all that, I can feel it. I'm ready. I'm ready for manland, ready to take out a 401k or pay a mortgage or sell insurance or cars or be a banker or something and like father some kids. I'm ready. I'm charged. I am pumped, and tomorrow is my big day. Tomorrow, 13 years after my bar mitzvah, I'm going to do it all again, and it's going to rock! Tomorrow, before your eyes and my family's, may Bubby rest in peace, I will become a man. I will step up on that bima, and you will witness my transformation! Anywho, I wanted to hand-deliver this invitation to my bar mitzvah. There'll be a reception afterwards, a DJ, maybe some dancing. Maybe they'll play our song, or not. No need to bring a gift. I know it's on short notice. If you could just fill this out, chicken or fish. Hey, thanks for not slamming the door on me like last time. Oh, okay. So we'll see you tomorrow? Yeah. Before my last song, I just want to thank everyone who's watching online and all of the people in this building for supporting me. This has been awesome. I love you guys all so much. Mwah. I guess I'd be a hero, with sword and armor clashing, looking semi-dashing, a shield within my grip. Or else I'd be a Viking, and live a life of daring, while smelling like a herring. Upon a Viking ship I'd sail away, I'd see the world, I'd reach the farthest reaches. I'd feel the wind, I'd taste the salt and sea, and maybe storm some beaches. That's who I'd be. That's who I'd be. Or I could be a poet and write a different story, one that tells of glory and wipes away the lies. Into the skies I'd throw it. The stars would do the telling, the moon would help with spelling, and night would dot the eyes. I'd write a verse, recite a joke with wit and perfect timing. I'd share my heart, confess the things I yearn, and do it all while rhyming. But we all learn. But we all learn. An ogre always hides, an ogre's fate is known. An ogre always stays in the dark and all alone. So yes, I'd be a hero, and if my wish were granted, life would be enchanted, or so the stories say. Of course I'd be a hero, and I would scale a tower to save a hothouse flower and carry her away. But standing guard would be a beast, I'd somehow overwhelm it. I'd get the girl, I'd take a breath, and I'd remove my helmet. We'd stand and stare, we'd speak of love, we'd feel the stars ascending. We'd share a kiss, I'd find my destiny. I'd have a hero's ending, a perfect happy ending. That's how it would be. A big, bright, beautiful world, but not for me. Or always stays in the dark and all alone. So yes, I'd be a hero, and if my wish were granted, life would be enchanted, or so the stories say. Of course I'd be a hero, and if my wish were granted, life would be enchanted, and take me away. A perfect happy ending. That's how